Well, hey everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. Hey, we're going to do a market update, but I thought it could be fun to open up a few of these promo packs, the Halloween stuff that came in my Rudy promo. I thought it'd be fun to open them up and see what's in them before we get into this market update. So let's just go for it. I haven't actually held any of these cards yet. I think my promos are on their way. This is the first edition 2021. Ooh, Chaos Crystal Crunch. Look at that. That's pretty cool. So it's a Chaos Crystal, but it's a candy cane. Or not a candy cane. A lollipop. That's really cool. Fatigue displays in the afterlife generate 2 aura of any type. Pretty cool. All right, let's see what we get from our second edition 2020 packs. I missed out on the first edition. I have the first edition Christmas ones, but missed out on the first. All right, I think it's a Wendigo. Give me the Wendigo, baby. No. Oh, they're not foil. I didn't know that. Fright Night. All right, let's see if we get duplication. I've heard that there's some pretty bad duplication on some of these. These ones came from Rudy, so we'll see if Rudy's kit has the same duplication issues. I've heard they are mixing up the ones that are selling out now. Oh, good. The same one. Duplication City on the Rudy ones. So if you get your Rudy, you might consider opening one of your 2 and then keeping the other one sealed because based on this video alone, that's it. Again, it's just this video. All right, pretty cool. I love promo cards. All right, let's get into the EV, the fun stuff. So we're going to go through all the sets again. This will be the last week we do this. We're just going to kind of quickly go through all the sets. It's too much to be able to show you like all the actual data. Usually I show you everything, but we will just go through kind of loosey-goosey to do all 3 sets, and then we will start next week. We will do Nightfall, and then the week after we'll do Cryptid Nation, and we'll start alternating. But this is the last week we're going to do all the sets. Again, if you want access to all this data as a collection tracker, head on over to patreon.com/KitchenTableTCG. Get yourself access to a collection tracker that tracks the value of your collection in real time with all these videos. So right now, Kickstarter booster boxes it's still a little soft, selling at about 6,500. That's down 7%. But there was a non-alternating box that sold for 20% higher than was last week. So take that for what you will. All in all, you're seeing some of the other stuff drop too. We're at like 65. Oh, sorry. Don't think about this percentage because these numbers were not calculated last time we did this. So really, it's kind of hard to look at the percentage here, but your non-alternating is going up and your regular Kickstarter has gone down. There's probably only been like 2 or 3 sales of either of those this week though. So just keep that in mind as well. There's not that many sales and they are starting to kind of dry up a little bit on the market. All right, let's take a look. We're just going to quickly go through. Your Terror is worth about $21 each. Your Aura, your Terror is worth about $19 each. Non-foil bronze at $7 each. Non-foil silver at $6 each. Rainbow Holo bronze, reverse Holo bronze at $70 each. So these are a little bit soft this week. You can see there's a snake joint that sold for $70. Space Penguins is actually up. We'll just kind of browse through it real quick. Tripodoro, down a little bit. Sorry, that's not Tripodoro. Tripodoro's up. Matlocks was the same. There's a lot of cards in this. That's what makes this tough. Sewer Alligator down a little bit. Just a little bit of softness, down 8%. Your Reverse Holo Silver, you can always pause it and look at these if you want to actually dig in deep on what the numbers are. Ironfield Monster took a pretty big beating this week, taking about 30 or about 50% of its value. You had Kentucky Hellhound drop for a considerable amount. Funeral Mountain Terror Shot dropped a lot too. Some softness. Salem's Witches going up. Black Cat going down. 24% decrease this week in the Reverse Holo Silver. Reverse Holo Golds. Jersey Devil staying the same. A Mothman sold at $750. Chupacabra around $90. Loveland Frogman at $170. You've got Sinkhole Sam that this was a kind of a high sale based on the rest of the market at $101, but that's down to $37. You've got Titzer Hook at $100. What else is interesting? Let's see. Chaos Crystal down to $290. That's a pretty significant loss. But if you look at the week before, it was $270 and it was $400. And it was look how volatile this is, guys. $450, $270, $400, $290. That's a volatile market right there. That's kind of what we're seeing right now. Down 19% to an average of $107.99. And then your Holo Golds are also down 16%. Chaos Crystal down to $777. You've got Babe the Blue Ox going up a little bit, Tizzerhook going down, you've got Sam Sinclair going down, you've got Metal Man going up. It's just kind of all over the place, guys. There's not any true rhyme or reason. Mothman up to 1700. There's not any really true rhyme or reason for anything right now. It's just all over the place. It's kind of funny. Medium's Third Eye, we sold listing from that off the 300 sale 2 weeks ago at 200. And Mermaid Scales down to $996 from a 300 point sale. So, all right, let's go to the EV calculation. This puts us at $5,312.62. That's where it all, is calculated from. That's all from Mike and what the pull rates are in each box. So that's kind of what you can expect to get. If you want to include the non-foils, you'd be at 8,510. I would say you can sell some of your non-foils. You're not going to be selling them individually, though. You're going to be selling them at a bulk. You're going to get less value for them. So I would say your EV here is probably somewhere around 6,200, maybe something like that, for a box of Kickstarter. So do that what you will. If you want to buy a box, let's see, what did I say boxes were? At 6,500, it seems like the EV might be there. It seems like it might be worth it. Depends on if you think you can sell some of those non-foils or not. All right, let's go to first edition real quick. We'll just kind of flow through. We're going to skip all the non-foils. Reverse Holo Silvers are actually up 18. Sorry, we'll start Bronze. Reverse Holo Bronze is down 8%. No huge things. Chibi Mothman down to 10. Nothing too massive. Sewer Alligator still selling about 18. Reverse Holo Silver is up 16% to an average of $6.12. Squonk sold for 13. That's kind of what's pushing that increase. Reverse Holo Golds at a decrease of 9% at $20.21. And you can see some of these are increasing. Let's see, where are we? Pizza Bird is about the same. Some of them are sitting the same. Mothman is at about 150, which is a little bit soft. Jersey Devil at 11. Chupacabra at 10. Bigfoot at 25, which is up. And then where is our good old Chaos Crystal at 73, which is about the same as it was. So let's get to the Holo Golds, which are also down this week at $37.85, down 11%. Your Mothman is still selling about 350. The rest of them are just a little soft. You've got Jersey Devil for 23. You've got Loveland Frogman for 34. You've got Chessie for 39. You've got Silver Bullet for 52. You've got Chaos Crystals for 140. So you're sitting about at $37 on average. And then your box toppers are actually going up in value. Interesting. I've been seeing some people looking to complete their set of box toppers, which is interesting to see these going up. That's 2 weeks in a row for the updates that they've gone up as well. All right, taking a look at your EV calculation, then you're at $844 for your EV, and we did not look at the sealed prices here. Sealed prices are down to about $725 right now. So I would say based on the EV, it is worth it to open. The question is, will you be able to sell the singles? And I did have some singles available on TCG Player during their TCG Player sale last time around, and they sold pretty good. So I would imagine that they would sell pretty good again at this kind of 15% off TCG Player sale that's happening in the next couple of days. I would not anticipate being able to sell many of the non-foils here. This is kind of a non-number to me. This is the number I would focus in on. You can probably net about $800 if you if you plan on not selling all your reverse holo bronze and stuff like that. So I would say about EV about 800 seems worth it to open up a box if you don't want to sell the sealed box, or if you want to shoot for getting one of the hot Mothman boxes or whatever. Let's see where it was last week. So that's down 9% from last week. Last week it was really worth it to open up the boxes. Maybe you guys all opened boxes, and that's why the singles kind of went down, because people open boxes. I don't know. That's your EV kind of tracker. We went up, and now we're going down. Let's move on. Let's go to Nightfall First Edition. Now this is where you're going to see a lot of decreases. Your booster boxes are sitting at $234. You're going to continue to see the boxes decrease and the EV decrease until everything's kind of meshed together, and that's kind of what you're seeing happen a little bit with First Edition, although I will say everything's still kind of going down on First Edition too, so off of the kind of bigger increase that we had for Cryptid Nation. All right, let's take a look then. Booster boxes at $234. Spellbook selling close to MSRP at $60. Release decks at 35. That's above MSRP. And then the decks don't really have a secondary market right now because we're still waiting for the decks to show up to distribution. So you're not going to see a whole lot of decks on the secondary market right now. All right, non-holo bronze doesn't really matter. You're down 50 cents to 59. Regular reverse holo bronze, your average is down 50% to $3.52. Everything's down. Non-holo silver, everything's down. Reverse holo silver, everything's down. It doesn't matter to look at the details. Everything's down about 50% as you're seeing an influx of singles come to the market. Non-holo gold, no surprise here. Your non-holo gold's down 65%. We all kind of knew that this price was high, $2.57. I love that they put these in the packs though, because it allows players to get cards for as cheap as possible that want to play the game. I think it is lowering the barrier of entry to play the game. You're still seeing some value here, like Grim Reaper at $3, Headless Horseman at $2, Injured Cold at $1.50, Mothman at $2.50, Wendigo at $2.20. So there is some value, but not really enough to really calculate it, I don't think, to your EV. Yeah, anyway, your reverse holo gold. Let's see, Mothman is at $23, Wendigo is at $13, Headless Horseman's at $15, Grim Reaper's at about $10. You've got Jack Frost at $13. Those are kind of the high point ones. On average, you're at $6.44, which is down 40%. I was actually curious to see on the reverse holo golds, were we ever that low at Cryptid Nation? We were close at least. So Cryptid Nation got that way after 4 weeks is when Cryptid Nation was kind of at its low point, and its low point was $7.49. I would expect this number for this Nightfall to be a little bit lower than that, the $7.49, because there was half as many boxes. I'm sure that the increased print run, of doubling the print run, the question is, do we double the number of people interested for the demand? So I would say probably these will probably level out for the reverse holo golds at an average of like maybe $5. That would be kind of splitting the gap. So I think we still have another like 20% probably to dip. We'll see what happens in the market, but it isn't abnormal, and it isn't abnormal to see this happen. This is what happened with Cryptid Nation First Edition before we started seeing increases. Yeah, we'll talk about that more in a little bit. Full holo, we are also down 40%. Your average price here is $12.69. Now I think that is going to be less than we went. Let me show you some of these things though. Grim Reaper selling for $33. Where's Grim Reaper? Did I pull it up? Grim Reaper selling for about $33. Some good amount of sales here. These are super volatile. Keep in mind, like earlier this week, one sold for $45. Like I could have picked these $45 prices, $55 price. I'm trying to be as transparent as possible and picking like the kind of average or kind of what is currently listed price. These things are super volatile. They are being purchased. Endless Horseman at $39. Let's see, did I pop that one up? Endless Horseman. Maybe I didn't pop that one up. Injured Cold, you saw at $30. Injured Cold, that's like on eBay. They're selling for like $33. Everything's just kind of all over the place. Mothman at $60. That's a really weird one. Like right now you can get it for $67. I mean, look at the solds on Mothman. You get $68. Then you have $55, $45, $45, $45. So like it is just all kind of over the place. It's all trying to find its balance still. And then the Wendigo, like I opened 10 boxes. I only pulled one Wendigo. So I actually bought a couple of these on TCG Player. So 50, 62, 62, 63. So they're kind of all over the place. Keep that in mind. But that's kind of where I'm putting them at, is at 55. This puts your average then to $12.69. We'll see some of these other ones, what the market accepts, like Righteous Reckoning, the market is saying is a more expensive one. Divine Covenant is a more expensive one. I think Prism Beam is one of the coolest looking cards in my opinion. Yeah, anyway, we'll see what happens. That's the full holo gold. And then as we go to the EV, then it is, we're seeing about $303.19 here. If you include the non-foils, you're sitting at 491. I don't think you should in your EV calculation on this. Maybe the non-foil rares, you could give yourself like an extra $25 added to this value. But I think this is a pretty healthy number to assume to get back about $300 in your boxes, which makes buying booster boxes on the open market currently at the $234. It's still a little bit of a risk. I mean, it's no risk. Technically, you're in arbitrage, but you got to kind of evaluate where you think the market's going to fall here. Where you think it's going to go to. I think like let's see, full Holo Golds are at 13. If you look at Cryptid Nation first edition for full Holo Golds, let's see, Holo Gold, full Holo Gold for Cryptid Nation, the low for that one was 18. So like I would think that we are, it'll depend. I would think that you'd be less than Cryptid Nation. But 12 is already less, so maybe, I don't know, maybe you go the weeks after, so maybe you do that way. It's interesting if you really dig into this. Those of you who paid for the $15 tier actually get access to the spreadsheet, and you can see all the numbers from previous. So we were at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks seems to be the low after release, and then we had a strong increase in the prices. So 5 weeks is not today for Nightfall. So just keep that in mind. The other thing I will say, there's two arguing thoughts here, and I'm going to present both sides. There's two arguing thoughts. One side of people say that there's a lot, basically the whole theory on both sides is that not everyone has gotten their boxes yet. And so two theories there. People are either going to get their boxes and then add more singles to the marketplace, which is going to cause the value of singles to decrease. Or the other theory would say that people aren't currently buying singles because they know that boxes have come. For instance, if you're a patron of mine, I am waiting till I get the theme decks to ship out my bundles. Once I get the theme decks in, I'll ship out my bundles. If you're a patron and you're waiting for your theme decks for your boxes, you may not be buying singles because you might get the singles you want out of opening the box that you got at MSRP. So there's two different varying options there. People who believe, hey, singles are overpriced still right now because people haven't gotten their boxes, and they're going to add more singles to the market. And then you've got people who say no, singles are underpriced because people aren't buying singles right now because they're still waiting to get their boxes. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comment section, whether people are right on either side or if it's more of a middle ground. I would say right now, if you have boxes, it's fun to open. It's a really fun set to open, especially if you paid MSRP. I do not ever advocate very much at this early in any stages of games or whatever to pay more than MSRP. If you can't find boxes at MSRP, that's different. Buy singles. If you are looking for the opening experience, try to find stuff at MSRP. That's how you should enjoy these games. It's by getting things at the prices that they were intended to be sold at. Open them up at MSRP. I don't think you're losing money at all at MSRP. I can promise you that. So hope you guys have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you, and we'll see you again next video here today, tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see you again later.